Welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry if I was taking a little bit long to get back in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, the part 2 of the beta version of Monster Hunter World, which I call hack because we definitely defeated that pink beetle monster. Well, technically it was none little, it was big. So anyway, let's get back into here. Case number 3. Infamy. So in the last part, we had discovered who actually did the murdering case. Well, since what happened during the expedition and afterwards, the secret of the pyramid.
Father, Mr. Orson Wilde is here, and I'm going to stay with Miss Alice.
What?
Did you forget? Orson Wilde, you know, the star of American theatre. And he's visiting and staying with us. You did forget?
No, not that. I meant...
Yes, that's right. Miss Alice...
If it's really what you want.
It's the perfect solution, Mr. Holmes. Don't you agree?
Guess what, Mrs. Hudson? Mr. Wilde is here to study my father's character for his next play. And he won't be disappointed, will he? Father is so pig-headed.
I can't believe it! The great Sherlock Holmes standing in front of me! I'm sure that our two brains will...
Brains.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Orson Welles, now yet 30 years of age, is a star of the American theatre who came to London to study the role of Sherlock Holmes. It is probable that he began his study previously. He smokes the same brand as tobacco as Holmes. Orson is narcissistic and follows fashion. He possesses the tool of any serious actor, a pocket mirror. The brooch pinned to his breast displays his American pride.
Mr. Wilde, your room.
Charming. This is such a fascinating city.
We need to talk.
I'd rather not. You're going to be angry again. Goodbye, Mr. Wilde.
Is it 5 o'clock already? I think I might go and ask Mrs. Hudson for some tea.
Yeah, Holmes doesn't do that. Find out more information about Orson Welles. No, not there.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. I can always consult with it.
It said to look for information.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Okay.
Wilde truly has a perfect disguise kit. Do actors really need all this?
Yeah, they kind of did back then.
I use the same brushes for makeup.
Lipstick. Or it could be chalk.
This must be grease paint.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, look at the picture. Aw, it won't do the picture. Yeah, we already know that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, that's something new. No. Here we go.
Face powder of an excellent quality.
I forgot my hat. Father,
I'm just checking,
you've got something on your face. Is it makeup?
it might be. Practicing my disguises, you know me. No, don't touch that! No, no!
I think he just blew up the burner.
Mrs. Hudson, with our tea.
Not quite. We have a visitor. However, the lady is perplexed.
Good day to you, gentlemen. My name is Mary Sutherland. I have come to you, Mr. Holmes, because I would give everything I have to know what has become of Mr. Hosmer Angel.
Why the haste, Miss Sutherland?
Mr. Hosmer Angel has disappeared, and my father, Mr. Winterbank, will do nothing. It makes me so angry.
She looks like she actually uses glasses. But... dang. Alright, let's look at something first. Dent. Other spectacles. It's not flashy, that's stupid. Engagement ring. Probably an engagement ring. Different hoots. Yep. Thank you. Mary Sutherland is a good-tempered young lady of 25 years of age. She has poor eyesight. She has failed to notice that she's wearing mismatched boots. Mary's a wealthy young lady. She's engaged to be married.
Mr. Windybank is your stepfather, surely, since the name is different?
Indeed, I call him father, although he is barely older than myself.
And your mother is alive?
Oh, yes. Although I wasn't best pleased when she married again, and so soon after father's death, and to a man so much younger than herself.
What is your connection with Mr. Hosmer Angel?
I met him at the gasfitters' ball. Mr. Winterbank did not wish for me and Mother to attend. He never did wish us to go anywhere, but this time I was quite set on it. Fortunately, he left for France upon some business, and so didn't have any say in it. And I met Mr. Angel that night. We met again after that and would take walks together. But then Father returned, and we could no longer meet.
Why was your stepfather against your going anywhere?
Well, he didn't like anything of that sort. He used to say that a woman should be happy in her own family circle.
Did Mr. Hosmer Angel make no attempt to see you?
Well, Father was going off again in a week. And Hosmer wrote and said that it would be better for us not to see each other until Father had gone. After that, he stopped writing.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of...
Where does Mr. Angel live?
I don't know exactly. I address all of his letters to the Leadenhall Street post office for collection.
Were you engaged?
Oh yes, Mr. Holmes. Right after the first walk that we took.
Do you have your own income?
I do, from an inheritance. It was left to me by my Uncle Ned in Auckland.
Then you have all that you could wish for, naturally.
Well, I live at home and don't wish to be a burden to my family, so they have the use of the money.
Is there anything else that you can tell me about Mr. Angel?
He is a very shy man. He would rather walk with me in the evening, so as to be discreet. I put a missing persons notice in last Saturday's Chronicle. Here's a copy, and a letter from him.
Haha, a love letter. Yes, I see. As I anticipated, this validates my deductions perfectly.
What deductions, Mr.
Mr. Wilde. Holmes, tell her. A love letter? Aren't you dying to read it, Holmes?
By public notice of disappearance, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Hosmer Angel is mysteriously vanished. Mr. Angel is around 5 feet 7 inches in height, a strong build with shallow complexion. He is black-haired with bushy side whiskers and a mustache. He is likely to be wearing tinted spectacles. On the last sighting, Mr. Angel was dressed in a black silk frock coat with a black waistcoat, gray Harris tweed trousers. He's known to have been employed in an office in Lidenshaw Street. If you have possession of any information, please come forward. There will be a reward for any help given in finding this gentleman. My dear love, please don't worry your sweet head. Do you believe that I would say anything to your family? Who would understand nothing of love? We had a wonderful time together, didn't we? While your father was in France, such a short time, but it was enough for me to know that you are my life. I want to spend every minute from now on with you. Wish that it was possible. Love you very much. And I am waiting for the moment when your stepfather leaves once more upon his travels so we can meet again. Hosmer Angel.
This is strange. The love letter is typewritten. Good quality paper, quite smooth. Fairly common ink, nothing special. Hosmer Angel decided not to leave his signature. I'm waiting for the moment when your stepfather leaves once more. We had a wonderful time together, didn't we, while your father was in France? Miss Sutherland only met with Hosmer Angel while the stepfather was absent. Let's study this letter more closely. There are some letters with typographical defects. Miss Sutherland, do you have any other letters from Mr. Angel?
Unfortunately not. But I've... Here it is.
Dear Mary, I'm taking the opportunity of sending you these few lines in the hope that they find you and your mother in good health. France is a nice country to look at, but it is the same as anywhere. There are rogues here who deceive and mistreat the women. Men nowadays are so dishonorable. They won't think twice to break your heart. Hope that you will be an obedient girl and look after your mother, and that you will take my advice, stay at home. I'll be back before long. Your father.
The stepfather's letter is also typewritten. Quite common paper with a light yellow tint. Fairly common ink, nothing special. I hope that you'll be an obedient girl. Take my advice, stay at home. Miss Sutherland's stepfather's signature. The stepfather is trying to keep the daughter at home. Let's study this letter more closely. There are some letters with typographical defects. Both letters have typographical defects. They merit further attention. This letter has a defect. It's the same letter with the same defect in both instances. One more letter with a defect. One more letter with a defect.
There it is.
Another letter match with the same defects. One more letter with a defect. Another letter match with the same defects. So, based on the specific defects, we could say that these letters were composed on the same typewriter. You should try to let Mr. Hosmer Angel vanish from your memory, as he has done from your life.
Then you don't think I'll see him again?
I fear not.
Then what has happened to him?
Your stepfather married your mother for her money, and also enjoyed the use of your income. But with your personal advantages, it was clear that you would not remain single for long, even with him keeping you at home. He disguised himself and reappeared as Mr. Hosmer Angel. He brought you as far as the church door, and then conveniently slipped away. To bring you to this conclusion in such a dramatic manner that it would leave a permanent impression upon your mind. You have been cruelly tricked, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, Mr. Holmes. No, I can't believe it. But we were engaged. Oh, it's horrible to think about. But, thank you for all you have done, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, you could have been more diplomatic.
At night. Howdy.
What is going on?
Whoa, he didn't move his mouth this time again.
Mr. Holmes, is everything all right?
Oh my God. Go back to your flat and stay there with Kate. It's ticking. I see wires inside. They could be connected to the cover. It's ticking. It's ticking. I see wires inside. They could be connected to the cover. A fancy ticking homemade gift from a secret admirer. I have 2 minutes to defuse it.
Alright, let me check. You got 2 minutes, so...
A source of electricity for the detonation. A package with explosive material. There are wires going in and out. It's useless to predict how they might be tangled up inside. There are wires attached to the bell and hammer. When the alarm triggers...
Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
A fancy ticking homemade gift from a secret admirer. I have 2 minutes to defuse it. A fancy ticking homemade gift from a secret admirer. I have 2 minutes to defuse it. A package with explosive material. There are wires going in and out. It's useless to predict how they might be tangled up inside. Aha! This solenoid protects the bomb from being easily diffused. If it loses its power supply, it will close contact between the secondary chain wires and the bomb will explode. Aha! This solenoid protects the bomb from being easily diffused. If it loses its power supply, the bomb will explode. Whew.